take a deep breath, because we've had 3 great speakers. Well, actually, we've had 2 great speakers and 1 bag average one. You can work that one out for yourself. But what we are going to do now is, I'll be honest with you, one of the first people I connected to, and I remember it now, I was on Northgate, on the way to watch rugby, and I voice noted a guy who I saw online. And he voice noted back straight away. And I thought to myself, fair play. As we got to grow closer together, I got to realise, been on podcasts with him, spent time with him and looked at it. And a lot of people in the room will know him. Some people might have seen him through a lens. Some people might not know him. But I promise you, when you finish today is, 3 people shown you what they've had to overcome. What you're about to hear is something that shouldn't happen to anybody, and the absolute respect to have for this guy and his family is absolutely amazing. He's an amazing man, a great fiance, and he will make an amazing husband, and I know he will make a great dad. So please, welcome to the stage, Tom Dickinson. Let's go!
So the story of Tom's Talks begins in 2015, the year that we sadly lost my brother Liam to suicide. My brother had sadly battled with a ketamine addiction 2 years before taking his own life. And sadly, one evening, we'd had a significant argument about his addiction, and 15 minutes later, I found him. This had a massive impact on my mental health to a point where I didn't want to be here anymore. But luckily, I managed to make it through the other side. And then 2 years later on, I was asked by a school to speak to their students about my experiences and how I'd overcame it. January 2019, Tom's Talks was born. So the Mindset Movement is myself, Louise Hawkins, Mike Burton and Dave, the Mindset Soldier, Dave Smith, coming together and sharing our unique, inspiring stories in the hopes that it will help one person in the audience change their perspective on life, shift their mindset, shift those self-limiting beliefs, and give them the tools and the necessary actions that they need to change their life for the better. I wanted to do it in Barnsley, my hometown, where I've grown up, and I have so many memories of growing up in Barnsley, and I know so many people, and there's obviously been, very sadly, so many people that I know from Barnsley that have taken their own life. So I felt like it was only fitting that Tom's Talks was created at a school in Barnsley, and I'm from Barnsley, so I wanted to do it somewhere in Barnsley. And the Metrodome, again, is a place that I have such fond memories of growing up. So that's why the Metrodome, it felt like the right place.
How much would you charge for the actual talk itself, the live one?
We need to, to determine that, we need to know what the cost of the venue is.
Yeah.
So we need to, that's hence why we want to go today, we want to have a conversation, say what is the cost of the venue, what is the overheads for everything, so what is the cost of everything, what is the price of the ticket, sorry, not what is the price of the ticket. Once we know the cost of everything, then we know what we need to sell the ticket at to either break even or make a profit or just cover all the costs.
And I think one of the key things to remember for me is, well, I'm not even bothered if I don't get any money.
Well, I'm not, it's not about the money.
What I mean is, when we look at it, it's good that if that comes, but we spoke about it before and spoke about it with yourself, is everything you're first going to do is going to be low ticket in it. You have to build the hype, don't you? The one thing you want is everyone to be like, fucking, that was amazing. And then your next one, if it goes from 20 quid to 25 quid to 30, you know, and when you're looking at stuff and doing the research on it, is that, especially here at Barnsley, 20 quid is 6 or 7 quid below the stuff they're doing in there at the moment. You know, they're doing around this in cinemas and stuff. So, you know, like when they're doing the Christmas thing or like blooming rock and roll thing. So that,
make it as cost effective as possible to start, because you want to get as many people through the front door, and it's not just the basis of, like I said, I'm not asked either way to make a profit, it really don't matter to me, but it's about getting as many people through the front door, getting as much awareness around it, 100%. And more so for myself, it's probably similar to you two. I've never done a talk for the public to attend. I've always just done it if a school's invited me or a business. But we've had a lot of people on social media saying, no, let me know when you're doing one for the public. It's just about getting as many people through the front door.
Because I know you was, when you keep talking about it's fucking crazy, 500, I'm like, fucking got 500, I'll be fucking over the moon.
So in typical Tom fashion, I had huge expectations of this. I wanted it to be a sellout arena. this huge event with hundreds and hundreds of people there. In my head, I was expecting 500-600 people. So we're at the area of Barnsley Metrodome where they hold the charity events and the boxing events. So upwards of 2,000 people can fit in that. So I had very high expectations to start.
Perfect. She just replied saying, sorry I was off. I'm free from 2 p.m. this afternoon if you still want to make it.
Ah, good.
Let's go.
That's worked out well.
Let me just check that is today.
So if you want to do that, then I'll give you a few talks.
We've just had an MMA event on the weekend, so it's kind of just a little bit dealing from that.
Oh, wow,
It's a
brilliant.
little bit of a mess.
And I think we make it as good as possible.
Oh God, it needs to be a fucking top tier.
Yeah, and it's like, I
needs to be the
genuinely
best
think
of
we
the best.
write off making any money.
I'm not bothered about making any
And I
money.
think we literally go to the point of, like we said, 300 tickets, $6,000. We're not going to be spending more than that on audio,
No.
video. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we
I
bank
think
on.
we'll sell 500.
Yeah, because if we could get it out, we get some.
We want to get it out straight away.
Yeah.
We want to get it out.
You've got the website, you've got it up and
Well,
running.
if we book I suggest that we book the date now while we're here. Can we book this day?
Yeah.
And then Dan gets some content.
Yeah.
And then we speak to Dan now, just saying really excited. We've booked this date.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing event.
Yeah.
And then we post that literally
Let's
next
run it,
week.
we'll just fucking stand on there. Just jump on a stage.
We
or something.
post it next week. Do you need us to put a deposit down today?
So what we've been doing is we've said that we can hold it for 2 weeks, we'll get like some more details and stuff, and then we'd need a deposit of £400. If you want to pay it today, you can pay it today, but
Just
it's
pay it
entitled
today.
to. Yeah, that's fine. Just,
Committed to it then. aren't we?
What happened next?
So again, my downfall as a person is I have very high expectations of myself and sometimes of certain things. So I was expecting hundreds and hundreds of people, ticket sales. Now, what I came to realise was that we picked the right time to do the event in January, the end of January, but we picked the worst time to promote it, which was the middle to the beginning to the middle of December. Nobody cares about things that are happening in January, in December. All anybody cares about in December is Christmas, going out, parties, enjoying themselves. So, in all honesty, the ticket sales were slow.
We obviously don't want to look like we're trying too hard to sell, but we really do need to. Because like when Mike was saying, he was like, Tom's headlining this event, and I was thinking, oh God, yeah, he is, so we probably need to sell some tickets.
Yeah, we need to push it, don't we?
Because really, on you and Louise, it's in your hometown. So like the one that Dave is doing in Coventry, it's on Dave really to bring the people in. This is on you and Louise really to be bringing the people in, so we need to be doing whatever we can. It does need to be a priority these next couple of weeks, or else it's gonna.
It's also the issue is that leading up to Christmas, no one cares about an event in January. I think personally, in January, the first two weeks in January, I think that's when a lot of people will buy a ticket because they'll be thinking, I'm in a low mood from Christmas. I need some motivation, and then we're all banging on the stories and the posts and everything.
No, I agree with that. I completely agree. They're going to come in closer to the time, aren't they? Because it's still a few weeks out. But we can't be relying on that because
No, I know.
If like we can't be like, oh yeah, well it'll be fine because we'll sell them in January, and then keep it as the Metrodome, spend a fortune on the guy with the screen, the microphones, the everything, and then ticket sales not cover the cost of the event. So we need to like make a call on the venue ASAP, really, based on. I said to Mike, let's see how ticket sales go this week, and then let's assess it next week.
So it got to Christmas and there was a decision that needed to be made. Do we stay in the venue that we're in and have a scare of it not selling out and looking a little bit empty, or did we change the venue to a smaller venue in the hopes that it sells out and we have a better atmosphere? It was a tough decision, but we took the decision to go with a smaller venue. So we're just on the way to Barnsley Metrodome. This is the venue for the Mindset Movement event that we're going to be holding next Saturday, January the 18th. So we're going to go check out the space, just make sure everything's in place for the event. yeah, just see what's what. I'm really, really excited. We've sold loads of tickets. Lots of friends and family coming, and I can't wait for the event. It's going to be such a special evening. First time since 2019 when I started doing it that I've done an event for the public. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait. So this is where we're going to be speaking. So these walls are going to come out. So it fills up to 200 people, and we're almost there in terms of ticket sales, which is incredible. So we're going to have rows of seating all the way down here, and then the speakers are going to be here in the centre, and then we're going to have a monitor, big monitor there where the presentations are going to be, and then myself, Louise, Dave and Mike are going to be stood here addressing this large room of people. Can't wait. It's going to be incredible. Let's go. We swapped it to a different part of the Metrodome. There was a time where I was slightly worried that we weren't going to sell enough tickets, but we've persevered, marketed, promoted. We got to the second week of January and they just came flying in, and within a matter of time it sold out. So from what was quite an anxious feeling of no ticket sales to what was a sold out event. So it's all part of the journey. So this is the room where the event's going to be. So the first time we've seen it with all the chairs laid out. Obviously imagine it, you can see it without the people there, but I can just now imagine it with all the people full to the brim. First event sold out. Let's go. It'll be sick because the way I'll deliver it, it'll be the best one I've ever done. So I know I want to do really good, but I know it'll get emotional, so it'll be raw. That's good for people to see. Yeah, so like the content that we'll get from it is of social media. It'll be unbelievable. So I feel like it's going to be like the catalyst for big things this year. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. So, yeah. Hello. Hello. Let's get ready to rumble! Can you smell what the rock is cooking? You tell I'm excited.
What were your feelings on the morning of the event?
Just pure excitement, to be honest. I don't really get nervous, if I'm honest. The only time I've ever really got nervous doing the talks is the first one that I ever did, rightly so. But all I ever have with this business, this journey is just excitement. Like, I absolutely love it. I adore it to its core. It's just me standing up, telling my story, doing my thing, entertaining. That's just me down to a T. So to know that I could do that in front of a few hundred people, in front of my friends and family, I was just excited and I couldn't wait to do it. I think to say we sold nearly 200 tickets for his first event, I think is unbelievable, to be honest. But when I really think about it and I reflect, like 200 people almost in a room to come and see me and Louise and Dave and Mike talk, you know, it's still special, still a really good achievement, definitely. Well, 500 next time.
Where do you see it going forward?
I like to take it all over the UK, to be honest. Mike, I spoke to Mike yesterday, I mentioned about doing the next one in London. And I think, to be honest, with the way the brand is growing, with the podcast and the content, I think the more and more following we get, I think it's inevitable that it'll become a UK-wide thing.
Amy, how have you found putting on this event?
It's exciting. It's the first of many more to come. I think it'll be really good and I can't wait to see them all smash it.
What's been the most stressful part?
Dealing with me.
Dealing with this diva. No, I'm joking. Probably the unknown, because it's the first event that we've done, so we don't know how it's going to go. We hope it's going to be amazing. Yeah, probably the unknown and just hoping that everybody turns up.
What's Tom been like during the whole process?
Don't ask.
No, he's been good. This is what he does every day or often, so I think he's just looking forward to it and excited to be up there with the 3 other speakers as well. It'll be
Even with
good.
holes in his socks.
You can't wear those holy socks.
Oh, it's too late.
Let's do this.
Ready?
Ready. Whoa. That was full, didn't it?
Yeah. How are you doing it?
There's the boys, look. There's the boys. Come on. How you doing?
Good about you.
There he is.
Oh, smell delicious.
Look at this guy, look. He is.
There he is.
Come on.
Alright, brother, you okay? How's it going?
Look how smart you look, bro.
That's why you look.
Shit, I should have bought something else.
Hey, you look
Hello,
good.
you all right? I'm great, man.
Good,
Yourself?
man.
How are you doing?
Good man, yourself?
Oh, mate.
Good shit, look.
Hey, compare. Don't worry about it. Bob the Builder's got nothing on me. There we go. And no, it's improved.
Yeah.
Hey. Come on then, look at that.
Thing is, like, obviously,
There she is. Hello. Hey, you up? You alright?
Yeah, you love.
Well, you like that? Don't mess my makeup up.
No, I'm like, you've got white top on.
Ah.
The makeup will go on.
Why, is that not natural?
I mean, yeah. I remember red lippy.
I'm trying to make sure everyone can see. I'm like,
You sound
I was there and I'm going like, we've had to move certain
Very
bits of the
scary.
gas, stop the drip.
You're pros at this though, aren't you?
I wouldn't say prize, I was thanking before.
So,
I don't know.
I do
don't
not
know.
give a fuck, no.
so
I've been just all my life. What the fuck do I give a shit about
Do you think-
200 people sat in the fucking audience?
jacket button.
yeah, do you know what oh sorry.
Simple as that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, do you know what
Fair enough.
And that's what you've got to take into
When you
it.
get on
They're
stage,
here
before
to see you.
start,
But they're here to criticise.
So what we're going to do is a random act of kindness for one lucky person, and you see this smile, it's a great day to be alive, because if you can only be one thing in this world, be kind. So one lucky person's won a bottle of bubbly, and they're going to come to stage. Don't fall off. Oh. Fingers crossed that don't fall off, because this is going to be awful. Let's go. Lucky you.
I'm giving you.
Out the back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a time to be alive, eh? My only fans. Oh wow, this is sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's that bit now going, and next time you stand up there, this place is going to be full.
Full to the rafters. Are you ready, Louise?
That's if people turn up.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yeah?
Just me, didn't I?
No, yeah.
This is it,
Crazy.
bro.
Mate.
We're ready.
And now we're here.
Ready?
This is it. Did you see the thing I did this morning? I was going to post and this is my reel this morning. I thought to myself, I thought, how proud 16-year-old Mike would be
Yeah.
of him now.
Yeah,
You
fucking
know,
two, right?
and that's a bit when I say, well, you know what I said to you, didn't I? And but we're not going to talk about that. You've got to keep it together. You've got enough motion going around today, haven't you?
I'm good. I'm good at the minute. I feel
Right, what is it?
strangely okay.
Genuinely, when I say I'm so proud of when we spoke about it and you was like, oh, I've always wanted to do it, and I said, right, we're going to do it. Then we spoke about it, and then it was Louise that we're here for people who's overcome everything in their life to be able to be on the other side, to be able to share it.
Not overcome everything just yet.
No, but you have, you know, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, brother.
Sounds good, but no, I appreciate
you
it.
can only overcome what you need to get to this point, innit? And it's one of those, innit?
Thank you, bro.
You know what I say to you? The more they learn about themselves, you've got more to overcome.
Yes.
But that's why it's called a mindset movement. Let's get fucking moving.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
big, massive welcome from us to the first event, the Mindset Movement.
Full to the brim. I love it.
You should be really proud of yourself coming tonight. And when I say that is because if we was in America, this type of thing happens all the time, yeah? We'd be in here, jumping around, slapping each other's ass, hallelujah, saying, yeah, save the Lord, yeah? We'd be doing that, because they're big into that personal development. But as the British people, as the way we are, yeah, we're on that journey. So when we made the chance for this event to happen, we got out there and everyone was brave enough to put it out there. Did we know anybody would buy a ticket? No. Did we know anybody would turn up? Absolutely not. But we knew we wanted to make a difference, and that's why we did it. So you should be proud of yourself, because you didn't even know what you was coming into tonight. And until an hour ago, neither did we. So don't worry about that. And you think I'm joking. So I'm going to kick off the event, which I didn't tell anybody about, with a random act of kindness. So the first thing I want you to be able to do, please don't use it as an excuse to try and touch anyone up. Put your hand between your legs. Put your hand under your chair and have a feel. Somebody should have something stuck underneath the chair. Have a little feel. Who's got something underneath the chair? Oh. Anybody got anything? Yes. Oh, yes, we have. Brilliant. And I guarantee, can I ask the question, was that stuck under the chair that's got no one sat on it? Yeah, look, so you've cheated. Yeah, there's one chair in the house, 171 people, one person hasn't turned up, and it's the chair where I stuck it. Can you believe that? Brilliant.
So what was I thinking while I was watching everybody else? In all honesty, I was like, I want to get up there and I want to do my thing. I am honestly one of the most impatient people you'll ever meet. And I could just feel the energy in the room, and I could feel the atmosphere, and it was just building up and building up. It was unbelievable to watch Dave, Louise and Mike do their thing, and they did a phenomenal job, but I was just so excited, and I just couldn't wait to get up there and do my thing. So yeah, it was Louise's first public talk, or one of the first ones. The first one that she'd done since we'd been working together over the last few months, putting together what was her talk. I think she did a phenomenal job. The feedback that I had from people after was, you know, what a woman, what a story, so inspiring. You know, Mike had everybody in bits, equally had everybody in tears. And the amount of feedback I had from people saying, like, the amount of adversity that Dave's had to overcome and still being able to stand there and talk about it is just, yeah, nothing short of inspiring.
Tell me about your talk.
Emotional.
Wow. Wow. Mike Burton, everybody. What a fucking guy. Sorry, Mum. Sorry. I've been told. It's actually 6 years ago this week that I delivered my first talk at a secondary school in Sheffield. Never in a million years, makes me emotional thinking about it, did I think I would be stood headlining my first event in front of all these people. After the adversity that we went through and the shit that we had to deal with, I'm here.
I knew I was going to get emotional. I always do when I do it in front of any family or friends, but I didn't quite realise how quickly I was going to get emotional. I think in the first few seconds of getting up on stage, and it just sort of hit me, seeing everybody stood there and just really taking in that moment and embracing it, and just realising that, you know, it's 6 years. It was 6 years ago, 6 years that week that I'd been doing Tom's Talks. 6 years later, I'd be standing in front of a sold-out crowd, in front of my friends and family, delivering my story and doing what I love doing, and yeah, it was just a very special moment.
Growing up, I had a great childhood. I've got an amazing mum, sat right there. I've got an amazing dad. I've got amazing step-parents. I've got amazing brothers and sisters. I was the youngest of four. Me, Liam, Gemma, and Alex. There was only 3 years between me and Liam, so naturally, growing up, we were really close. My brother always used to say to me, it's me and you against the world. But there was the other side. It was me constantly finding him on this drug every single day. Sometimes drug dealers turn up to the front door asking for money. At 19 years old, lending him money to pay these debts off. I remember saying to my brother, why the hell do you take this drug every single day? I just could not wrap my head around it. He used to say to me, it's an escape from reality. Why do you need to escape your reality? Good-looking lad, he had all this money, he was popular. Outside looking in, he had everything that you could ever want. He had an amazing mum, sister, brother, dad. Why do you need to escape this reality? But, as mental health is, it does not discriminate. And sadly, he used it to self-medicate from the depression that he was struggling with. And the trauma from the accident was the trigger, I believe. It came to one day. It was October 2015, Monday the 26th. Prior to this day, my dad said, I'm going on holiday, lads. I'm going to America. Get in. Another party. Get everybody on the blower. Let's get it organised. It seemed like every single time my dad would go away. This time was a little bit different. My dad had gone on holiday in the morning. Me and Liam had gone to work. I texted him on my lunch saying, I'm going to Aldi. Anything you want from the shops, mate? I got no reply. I rang him. No answer. I rang him again. No answer. It got to 7:30 in the evening, and I'd still not heard from him. I was watching TV with Bradley, and I saw his car come onto the drive. He had a black BMW at the time. So I jumped up off the sofa and I sprinted to the front door to confront him, to see why he'd been ignoring me all day. As you can imagine, I was worried sick. He came straight through the front door. I could tell straight away that he was on this drug ketamine. He was looking straight through me. He was like a zombie. Not only has he ignored me all day, he's on the drug and he's driven on the drug. But the last 4 years of us constantly having to deal with this addiction, it all just came out of me. And I said some horrible things to him. Things, even to this day, I still regret. And I wish I would have never said. We've had this massive argument. I've gone off, he's gone off. 10, 15 minutes later, I get this awful feeling in my stomach. I went round the house, I went upstairs, I got to the gym, and I found the boxing bag was laid flat on the floor, and the rope had gone missing. I ran downstairs screaming. I ran outside and found they'd hung himself from the balcony. He'd taken his own life. There is not a day that goes by that I don't think about that moment. I would not wish it upon my worst enemy. But one thing that I will say to you is, if that would have not happened to me almost 10 years ago, I would not be stood here right now talking to you lovely people. And that is how you should see life. Life is not fair, and life is certainly not easy. But once you see life happening for you instead of to you, your life will change in an amazing way. Life is not about how hard you can hit. It's about how much trauma and adversity you can go through and keep moving forward. If you never quit, then you never lose. Never, ever give up.
What was the feeling after the event?
It was a feeling of like we'd done something special, like we absolutely smashed it out of the park.
That is what this country needs.
How'd you find that?
Awesome, I loved it.
I enjoyed it, I thought it was sick.
Yeah, I loved it.
Mate.
I didn't think I was going to cry that early on, but I just went with it.
Yeah, to be fair, it was work.
I didn't even look at my mum and my sister. I didn't even look at them. I just knew they were there, and I could see them getting emotional. And then my brother started crying. I was like, fuck.
This had laughter, tears.
Yeah.
It had,
I think
peak reflection.
everybody was commenting on how funny you were, and
Everyone said that to me as well.
I think it was the perfect mix.
Yeah.
Because if you'd have not been as like humorous, then I think everybody would have had a little bit less energy.
It's
But
true,
because
yeah.
you lifted it up and you picked everybody up with the laughter and the jokes and stuff, it was like I found it was the perfect mix of like emotional, like dealing with people's trauma, and like it was sad, but then it was funny, and then. Then at the end we were taking the piss out of Dave, and Dave just owned it, and like there was like obviously.
Do you know when we was all talking at the end to people, there was groups of people who wasn't together because I saw there wasn't, and they sat chatting.
Yeah.
And that,
bringing
when
people
we're saying the
together.
community,
Yeah.
and when we talked about this is as you said earlier, mindset movement. The only thing we have to do now, like Greg asked the question, we could sit there and be like, oh, that was great, but if you don't do something next and build on it, suddenly, what about 171 people's been helped tonight? What about what's the next?
Done. First event. Mindset movement. Good. Yeah. Really good. I don't think it could have gone any better. I knew in myself that I wanted to make the talk that I delivered tonight the best one that I'd ever done. And I like to think that I did that. Definitely. Especially like the emotion. Like I knew in my head I was going to get emotional because my mum and sister and brother was here, my best friends, but I didn't think I was going to get emotional straight away like I did. But you just got to roll with it and just take it as it comes. And I think that the authenticity and the genuineness of the way that I delivered it and how I was open and vulnerable, I think it just added to the evening. I think it just made it even more special rather than just trying to hold it back. I think, I don't think it could have gone any better, to be fair.
What do you think Liam would say to you right now?
You're making me cry. Well done, Matt. Done a great job. Proud of you.
This is going to be an emotional night. It's going to be impactful. There's going to be some tears shed.
There is not a day that goes by that I don't think about that moment.
At 19, I had the opportunity to join the military. I took it. It was either that or I'd end up being in jail.
It was so good, so inspiring. It's been excellent.
Inspiration more than anything.
You're leaving thinking you can take on whatever
Take
life
on
throws
world.
at you, yeah.
Why do we have to fucking break before we actually learn how to look after ourselves?
I'm learning to love being in my own skin. Learning, fighting and healing. The only impossible journey is the one that never begins.